Okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, this chapter is on meditation, so we will spend some time beside learning from the text. We will also learn, do some kind of like discussion. All right. So, okay. Yeah, I'll share my screen first. Okay. So we still follow the fundamental Abhidhamma because this is the easiest because sometimes when we have so much detail we get lost with detail, so this book is short but it gives lots of guideline. All right. So you can see bhavana means development. Now this chapter is called chapter 8, Kammaṭṭhāna. So later there will be some like down there, some definition on Kammaṭṭhāna. Sangaha is collection, or here we call it chapter. So meditation subject. Bhavana. Okay. From those who learn the Pali, you know the root is a bu and then bhavati. With ana suffix become bhavana. Bhavana means development. So actually, bhavana coming from the word we call it develops. From develops it becomes development. It's divided into samatha bhavana and vipassana bhavana. So you can see the whole meditation. If even if you go to, I think what I know, because in my place we have a lot of foreigners last time lah, before the COVID and before the this coup take over. So from what I learned from the foreigner is that they will fly from the Western country, they will go to India first. For India, some will get to know yoga, right? From yoga practice. After that, they will go to Nepal, and from there they learn about meditation. Then from there they will go to Thailand. From Thailand they will go to Myanmar. All right, that's how they go. So in India, they also practice yoga, right? So when you know there are many types of yoga, the yoga that you see when you stretch your body and whatever, that's called hatha yoga, which I learned before. Now, yoga is also under samatha practice. And most of the meditation you see outside, whether you focus on kasiṇa or you focus on the earth and so on, all these are samatha practice because it's a technique of mental development that leads to mental tranquility, which I would say most people love it or most people like it, because sometimes they notice that when they are working or when they have family problem, the mind is so havoc. So they need something that just to calm the mind. All right. So they don't care any method. As long as they can calm the mind, then that's good. And most people start with anapana, breathing meditation, because it's something that easier to do. Okay. So samatha practice exists inside Buddha teaching and outside Buddha teaching. And vipassana is the technique of mental development that leads to a special contemplation. So now the special contemplation is anicca dukkha anatta. And also the purpose is detachment from the conditioned things. To attain these two mental development, one must work with meditation object. That meditation object is termed in Pali Kammaṭṭhāna. Okay. Now in Visuddhimagga, which I think some of you attend the class conducted by me online, so you can notice that sometimes they use the word meditation subject and sometimes they use the word meditation object. So what is the right or what is the best definition for this Kammaṭṭhāna? Okay, later we will study another book. Okay, so here Kammaṭṭhāna is translated as meditation object, but you can see above there's a subject here, which in which a meditation practice runs is divided into two: samatha kammaṭṭhāna and vipassana kammaṭṭhāna. Right? Samatha kammaṭṭhāna, meditation object for samatha. Vipassana kammaṭṭhāna, meditation object for vipassana. Okay, so from here we learn the word bhavana and we learn the word kammaṭṭhāna. So I think we will look at this book which I read yesterday. Okay, so it's a very good book to read. This book actually is really worthwhile. You can read many times. This is a handbook of Abhidhamma by U Silananda. Just to introduce him, he is actually one of the, you can say, Mahasi Sayadaw. You all heard about Mahasi Sayadaw. He has four great disciples. And one of them is U Silananda. This Sayadaw stayed in America for many years. So he gave a series of Abhidhamma talk, which is transcribed into book. So this is the one which he gave the information in very detail and very clear. Okay. Okay, so we will ask somebody to read. Okay, let's start with Thomas. You can read first.
Kammaṭṭhāna, from the beginning. The ninth
Yes.
chapter. The ninth chapter deals with meditation, samatha meditation and vipassana meditation. In the first 8 chapters, the author described chittas, cetasikas, rupa, nibbana, and the intricate combinations, and many other things that are taught in Abhidhamma. Now, he wants to show us how, after understanding nama and rupa theoretically, how we must do something to understand them through self-experience. So this last chapter deals with Buddhist meditation. Kammaṭṭhāna defined. There are 2 kinds of Buddhist meditation, samatha and vipassana. First, the word meditation. The Pali word for meditation is kammaṭṭhāna. Kammaṭṭhāna is explained as field of action. Field of action means the arising place of bhavana action. Kamma means action, and here it actually means bhavana, that is mental development. So the place of mental development is called kammaṭṭhāna. In this sense, kammaṭṭhāna means the object of meditation, like 10 kasiṇas, 10 asubhas, miscanthulous formations, and so on. Another explanation is that it is the proximate cause of higher mental development. That means if you do not do the lower mental development, you will not reach the higher mental development. So the lower mental development is called kammaṭṭhāna. It is the proximate cause of mental development. The higher mental development, because without the lower mental development, we cannot get to the higher mental development. For example, in the various kinds of vipassana knowledge, if you do not reach the first vipassana knowledge, you will not reach the second, and so on. The development of first vipassana knowledge is the proximate cause for the second vipassana knowledge, and so on. So the word kammaṭṭhāna has 2 meanings. In the first meaning, the objects are called kammaṭṭhāna. In the second meaning, the subject, the developments, that means the chittas and cetasikas are called kammaṭṭhāna.
Okay, thank you. So according to this one, we can use either so this one I'll explain later. Okay, right. Okay, so either you have the first meaning or the second meaning. Okay. So sometimes we can call it the object. There's an object meditation. And second one is the subject. Subject here means the namarupa. I think when they copy, the TT is missing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's a kammaṭṭhāna can be subject or object here. But earlier on, there's a one important point here, I think. This part. Okay. Right. Okay, so this is the one. This is direct translation from the Pali. Action is karma. So thana is actually, if we look at the Pali word, tha is a to put is a place. Okay, latitati is a place. So field of action. Okay. So here actually means just the meaning of mental development. This is the actual translation. Place of mental development is called Kammaṭṭhāna. Okay, so this is the one explanation we should know. Okay, I prepared the note here so later you all can have it. And in future, when I cannot put the TT. Okay, in future when I translate to Chinese, it's also easier for me. Right. So another one is proximate cause for higher meditation. Right. Okay. So we have two meaning of Kammaṭṭhāna here. Right. So these 2 points. And then the word Kammaṭṭhāna. So one or two. So anyway, this is we call it the definition. But what is it we need to study all this small Pali? First is for us to have a clear understanding about the actual meaning of Kammaṭṭhāna. And also another thing is to avoid we call it confusion, or to avoid argument. Because sometimes people will tend to argue about certain words in Dhamma. Actually, the Dhamma, if we can use it, that means that it's fine. We can look at different aspect how, because sometimes all this might come from the sub-commentator. This means that those ancient teacher who give various definition. All right. So there's no need to argue about this and that, because as long as it works and it's follow the Dhamma, then it's okay. Because sometimes I see online there's a lot of Dhamma discussion. They are sometimes their discussion can be very hectic, can be a very what is it? Too much argument. All right. Okay. So far we for this one. Right. Now okay, now this is an important one. Okay. Now this is talking about samatha and vipassana at this point. Right. Okay. So next person, brotherly. Yes, you can read this one.
Okay. There are two kinds of Buddhist meditation, samatha and vipassana, calm and insight meditation. Vipassana is a distinctly Buddhist form of meditation. That means we find vipassana only in Buddhism. Samatha meditation is found in non-Buddhist schools of meditation. According to the commentaries and other books, even what we call ditthiyas, those who have wrong views, can practice samatha meditation and get jhanas and even abhinya. So samatha meditation is not peculiar to Buddhism only, but vipassana meditation we find only in the teachings of the Buddha. However, in the Buddha's teaching calming, samatha meditation is taught because the serenity and concentration which it engenders provide a firm foundation for the practice of insight meditation. Buddha taught samatha meditation actually to be used as basis for vipassana meditation. Just samatha for samatha's sake was not taught by the Buddha. When Buddha taught samatha meditation, he always wanted his disciples to go forward to vipassana meditation. They may practice samatha meditation and get jhanas, but they are not to stop on to be satisfied with just the attainment of jhanas and abhinyas. They are to make the jhanas objects of meditation and practice vipassana on them. Both samatha and vipassana are taught in Buddhism, and they are both taught by the Buddha. Xiaji, I think you are mute.
After we practice the samatha, we should use it for us to go for the vipassana. Okay, that's the main thing here. Okay, now let's come for this one. All right, so it's important for us to know the difference between samatha and vipassana. All right, so samatha can be taught by Buddha and other people. Like even like those yoga teacher, or in the India, any different philosophy or any meditation teacher, they also can teach. But Vipassana only by the Buddha. Time of appearance, okay? Anytime. But Vipassana appear only in the Buddha time. All right. So by seeing this, we must really appreciate Vipassana, okay? Because if you don't practice Vipassana, you will miss it. Because Vipassana does not exist all the time. And object is different. Like Samatha, we have 40. Mostly based on concept. Because like kasiṇas is also concept. Like metta is also concept. Right? Many things. Like Buddhanusati is also concept. And then Vipassana, we focus on ultimate truth. There's Nama Rupa or five aggregates. And perception on, when you practice Samatha, mostly, okay, not all the time, okay? Mostly we need to grasp on perception of beings. This means that we have to take, like when you practice metta, you have to say, oh, this my father, this my mother, this my son, this is my sibling, this is my teacher. All right. So it's also because the purpose of like metta is to have love towards somebody. So you must grasp the concept of a being. By vipassana, you just need to practice paramattha dhamma. This means that when you learn Abhidhamma, you learn about chitta, chittasika, and then the rupa and so on. Time of practice. Time of practice depends, all right? It depends on how you practice and where you practice and the object. But vipassana all the time. Because why is it all the time? The reason is we have nama rupa with us all the time. Okay. So there's no reason why you cannot practice vipassana. Vipassana is with us all the time and we can practice it. And then because samatha, you need to have a deep concentration. So sometimes people say it's good if you just do sitting, where your mind calm down, body calm down. But vipassana, you can practice anytime. When you hear the sound, you smell something, you see something, when your anger arise, when your evil arise, there's a chittanupassana, contemplation of mind. Method depends. Okay. Vipassana normally there are various of teaching in the Buddha. So for Vipassana, normally we focus on four foundation mindfulness. But of course, you can do like Noble Eightfold Path. You can do on the Bojjhanga. Like on that day, we also talk about Bojjhanga. We also can do on other practices. Like if you look at the long length discourse or middle length discourse, there are various of sutta. Some just talk about like six sense bases. Some they are talking about 18 elements, which we discussed before. All right. But all these you can just include them as a four foundation mindfulness. Result will be calm and peacefulness. Yes. Main thing is to get we call it the apana samadhi. So which we will study this term later in this chapter. And then the vipassana, of course, beside letting go great hatred, and another one is to see anicca, dukkha, anatta. And then can samatha bring you to, normally we can call it on the way, all right? Unless you, because for this samatha, some are actually, it can be both samatha and vipassana. Okay. So it depends on which practice you do. And vipassana, yes. Vipassana is develop the uh, result will be increased knowledge, wisdom. So that's why it support the right view. Okay. So that is very important for us to know about samatha and vipassana. So when you practice samatha vipassana, you need to know their difference and you need to know how they can help each other. So that's why, like when I in the Subang Jaya, I will talk about this metta and vipassana. And maybe when I go to Malacca, so I haven't asked the Malacca people what they want to listen also. So it's good to know about this. Okay. Right. Up to this point, any question? Or any question about the Kammaṭṭhāna also? Any questions so far? So we can put this beside the Abhidhamma, we can do more on the discussion also. Right? Any question? Okay, all right. Okay, so if no question, yes?
Yeah, sorry.
Somebody want to...
Yeah, call here. Maybe.
Okay, all
So,
right, no question. Okay.
Based on your chart, the object is, or rather, they are looking for the Paramattha Dhamma. But then the results is to see anicca, dukkha, anatta. But this anicca, dukkha, anatta is actually a concept, right?
Anicca, dukkha, anatta is not concept. Anicca is the nature of namarupa. Okay, when you hear a sound, the sound has the nature of arising, passing away, right? Brother Ko?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a concept. Concept means that normally we say concept is, for example, like things like table. Is table a concept? I mean,
Yes.
table. What does the table make of?
It can be wood, timber, whatever,
Yeah.
but it has
All right.
top and 4 legs.
Yeah, right. Yes. So when you put things together, there's a concept of table. So normally people use table to what? To put things on, right? Can you sleep on the table? Can or not?
And
But normally we don't sleep on table. Do you know why? Because it's too high, you might roll and you might fall and you might injure yourself. That's why normally people
but
don't sleep on the table. But if emergency, when in the flooded place, everywhere is full of water, so table maybe is the only place to sleep, right? So at that time the concept changed, so the table become a sleeping place, right? Okay,
kind
so
of big
anicca, dukkha, anatta is the nature. When we study the chapter of rupa, remember rupa? At the
yes,
last four, there will be aniccato, what the upaya, what another one, the Pali, forget already. So the state of arising, steady, and passing away. So that's the nature of rupa. Can
Jarata
follow?
and Anicca.
Yeah. So when you see anicca, it will lead to dukkha. When you see anicca, dukkha, you understand that there's no self. So that's anatta. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for your question. No question? Next, anybody? Okay. Now I continue. All right. So first, we must know the meaning of this Kammaṭṭhāna. That is the first definition there. So I just move it to the top. Can I? All right. Then second thing, according to text, we need to know the difference between samatha and vipassana. Then we don't get confused. At what time are we practicing vipassana? At what time are we practicing samatha? Actually, it's very easy to understand. Samatha is, since it's most of the time it's actually grasp on perception of beings. So if we practice samatha too much, in a way, it will hinder us from making progress in vipassana, right? But if you're practicing vipassana too much, you just see namarupa, namarupa, namarupa. Then after a while, you don't care about people because everybody is also namarupa. So sometimes when too much on this, your mind is not soft enough. So that's why samatha and vipassana, or vipassana and metta, we should join together to make our mind soft but very strong of wisdom. Okay, so let's continue the text. All right, so we focus on this one. Now, this is a category here. For this text, I cannot copy because this document not allow me to copy. So anyway, according to Samatha, actually, normally we say 40. Here, they're divided into 7 categories. Kasiṇa, for those who attended my Visuddhimagga class, which I stopped now, but it's actually, this chapter is actually linked with the Visuddhimagga. We already mentioned about Kasiṇa, 10 Kasiṇa. Then Asubha is also 10. Anusati is also mentioned before. Apamaya, limitless being. Sanya. So this one is on the food. Okay. Vavattana is on the 4 elements. Arupa is for 4 arupa. Okay. So this is just a category here. So let's go for this book first. Okay. I think the rest we can read. Okay, now. Okay, now this is the one, okay? Can just copy from the text here. So normally there are 40. Here is divided to this 7. Now kasiṇas is always how to key in the end. Okay. Kasiṇas is always 10, all right? And then this is the one we see. Foundness, now we use the word asubha, all right? Now the word subha means good or beautiful. So asubha means negative. Normally refer to we call it the corpse contemplation. So then the correction is anusati, right? The word anusati, I think you all know, for those who study Pali. Anu means again, and sati is mindfulness. So recollection, sometimes we have the other words like we call it reflection also can, right? Recollection, I think, is also good. Anusati. It's something that you take the object like Buddhanusati, you reflect again and again and again in your mind. Okay. And then this one is the 4 Brahma Vihara. Okay. We normally call it. Right. So this is a 4 great elements like earth, water, fire, wind. This is the Asubha. Right. So here, Samatha 40 is divided into these 7. So the first one is 10 kasiṇas. Okay. Just now I was trying to go online and trying to see is there any kind of like picture on or something like specific, because actually this one I think a lot of people don't practice at all. That's why it's even not easy to find something, right? So this is the only one last time I shared with you all. Okay. So this is the one that's supposed to be how you practice the kasiṇa. Where you sit down and just look at it. It's kind of like you can make a drawing like this. Kasiṇa must be, the meaning of kasiṇa is whole. Okay. It's a circle or complete. So it must be a round one. You cannot make a square, right? You cannot make a square one. So it's round and you paste it here according to this diagram. You can make it at the eye level. Just put near where you can see. So you don't need to like bend down or bend up your head, because after a while you get stiffness. And then the way he sit, actually not right. He should sit very comfortably. This is like he's bending the body. So it's not good for the spine also, right? And there are some diagram here. Okay. Yeah. So this one also. Okay. Actually, in the world, there's not much information about kasiṇa. Okay, while waiting for the diagram to load. Then the rest, okay, there are a few colors here, yes. The normal color we will look at it is yellow, white, red, and blue. Okay. Okay, I think this one cannot. All right. So this is just some information you can find on internet. Yeah. But not green color, I don't think so. Normally will be this color. Okay, let's go back to the book. Okay, now this is the comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma. Okay. Now, according to here, there are 7 categories also. Alright. So for those who Pali student, actually by now you all should be able to analyze the Pali, and it's also all these terms should be able, if you check this dictionary and then you can check the translation here. So you can do word by word translation and learn the Pali. Okay. So let's go back to this one. And then after that, okay, now we follow this book better. Then kasiṇa, right? So this one I actually in the Visuddhimagga I did explain it quite detailed, right? Since this is not the Visuddhimagga class, so we just go according to this information. But if you want to hear more later, I share the link so you can look at it. So anyway, 10 kasiṇas divided, it will be into 4. Okay. Patawi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. 4 great elements. Okay. And then 4 colors: blue, yellow, red, white. Nila, Pita, Lohita, or Datta. Okay, I think this is quite straightforward. Okay, 4 great elements and 4 colors. And then one is space, another one is light. Now the word kasiṇa means entirety or wholeness. But now we just use the word kasiṇa as kasiṇa because it's actually difficult to understand. Just keep the Pali is easier, right? So you just need to watch the entire object. Normally it's a round circle like just now we show. Okay. Now this one, I think okay. And then the next one will be on Asubha. So, okay, let's go for this one. Okay, now let's read this one. Now, this is the Handbook of Abhidhamma. The word kasiṇa means whole or totality. It's so called because the counterpart sign. Counterpart sign is when you look at the kasiṇa for some time, then when you close your eyes, you will see something, a sign look like the one you see. For example, when you do a earth kasiṇa, you make a piece of earth paste on a wall, or you draw a circle on the wall, or you draw a circle on the floor, on the ground. So when you look at it for some time, so when you close your eyes, the image, or we call it the sign, grasped by you, will appear in your mind. So then the counterpart sign, the one, the image in your mind, you can expand it or extend it everywhere without limitation. Okay, so that's the meaning of kasiṇa. Now, most people don't practice this because first is actually you have to kind of like man-made, you have to kind of like, for example, let's see, can I draw a dragon here? Okay. Cannot find anything. Okay. Anyway, you can just need to draw a circle here. Right? It's called kasiṇa because when you take the kasiṇa as an object, you take the whole of the object. You do not take part of that object. That's why it's called kasiṇa. Okay, now this one. You make a kasiṇa this. All right. Like the guy just now. Right. Right. You make a this like this. All right. This a this here. So you make a this like this. It must be a circle. Right. Then you look at the kasiṇa this, not just at the center or at the edges. You take the whole of the this as an object. That's why it's called kasiṇa. So kasiṇa means whole or whole, right? So according to book, you about 30 centimeters in diameters. Some they say about 1 span and 4 finger breadth, or 8 inches in diameters. Now, if you want to do, where is it? Okay. Now, if you want to do earth kasiṇa, so the best color is dawn. Dawn is kind of like not really pink color. Here is dawn is kind of like brown red color. And you smooth it. So you find a cray. So it's about red or brown or near to pink color. You smoothen it and then make it this, and you look at it, and it serves as a preliminary sign for developing the earth kasiṇa. Or you make a frame, put a cloth on it, then you put a clay on the cloth, you make it into a circle and smooth it with your hand of the wood. Then place the disc about 1 meter away. That's not too close nor too far from you. All right. So the procedure will be, let's say you want to do a earth kasiṇas, right? So you need to make a disc, right? So you can take a clay about dawn color, then you paste it or maybe put on cloth, then you smoothen it, right? Okay, that's the first thing you do. Then put a distance away. Then you sit and look at it, right? The whole thing, okay? Not center, not edge, right? That's how you do. So that's what he do, right? Like this. Not just the center here. Look at the whole thing. So you look at it again, again, again. Until you close the eyes, you'll be able to see it. Okay. Then you concentrate on it with the eyes partly open. This means that sometimes you can open the eyes and close the eyes and contemplate it as earth, earth. So at that time, do we need to recite the word earth, earth? Sometimes it's actually quite possible because when we are doing the recitation, it reduce the hindrances, especially the wandering thoughts. Because if you just have to sit down and look at this kasiṇas and without like doing anything, just look at it. Sometimes your mind get bored. So if your mind gets so bored, the only way you can deal with the boredom is to give it some work to do. So you can just mentally recite earth, 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 all right? So you look at it again and again until you get the image in your mind. All right, how to get the image? Means that at first you look at it with the open eyes. Okay. So first look with open eyes. Then with closed eyes, try to recall it. Okay. And recite also earth and earth. All right. So that's how we do. Open the eye, look at it, and after that you close your eyes and try to recall it again and again. Okay. So when you close the eye, you also recite again and again. So it's like you try to memorize it. Okay. So if you cannot see again, then you have to open the eyes, look at it again and again. Then after that, you close the eye. So you open the eye, close the eye, open the eye, close the eye. So until you can memorize it. So the keyword is try to see if you can memorize it. Memorize it means if you can just recall it. Okay. So that's the meaning of here. So finally, if you can see it in your mind, this means you already memorized it already. This means that you are quite successful already. Okay. So that's how we're practicing the kasiṇas. Right. So I think most people can do it. It's quite nice, which I tried before. It's quite nice when you go to like a place where nobody, like maybe near the beach or whatever, nobody disturb you, so you can just sit on the ground, beside enjoy the wind, the breeze from the sea. And if nobody around you, you just draw a circle. Actually, when you go to beach, it's very nice. First, the beach, the sand is very thin. Because normally, if you try to do it under the tree, there will be many things. There will be bushes. There will be maybe other animals passing by. But if you go to beach, and if the beach have this crack, like this dawn color is the best. Okay, where you can just draw a circle on the floor, on the ground, and you just look at it. So I'll repeat the procedure. So you draw around, and then you look at it with open eyes, and sometimes you close it. Try to memorize the circle, the kasiṇas you did on the ground. So when you be able to memorize it, then you just focus on the image or sign appear in your mind. All right, that's how we do the kasiṇas. Now, if you don't want to do kasiṇas, you can do water kasiṇas. It's very easy. Just find a vessel full of clear water and contemplate it as water and water. Or you can look at the lake. If you look at the lake must be in a round circle. Sometimes when you go to some tourist place, there's many beautiful lake. So find a lake that is actually should be a round circle. And if you are like standing on the top of building, you can look down and you can see the lake there. I had the experience because last time when we started the center, we have a small pond which we dug very earlier, very at the beginning of our center. So at that time there was no bushes, nothing. So when I was at the second floor, so I was looking down, and it was in the middle of the day. So when the sun shine on the lake, it looked very clear. The water casino is very clear. So the image is just appear in my eyes very easily. So anyway, is that when we practice kasina, you have to find the object that you like. So if you love earth, then maybe earth kasina is easy for you. If you like water, then water kasina is easier for you. But sometimes water kasina is a little bit difficult because the reason is when we put the water in a vessel. So if the vessel is pink color, then the water will appear pink. So if the vessel is like blue color, then the water will appear blue. All right. So maybe the easiest way is just go to a lake. Look at the lake. Right. So because the lake also, you remember it is just a water. And to develop the water, the fire kasina, so you kindle a fire, view it through the hole in a piece of leather or piece of cloth, thinking fire, fire, fire. All right. So let's see internet if there's any uh, fire casino. Okay. So it's like this fire. But what you do is you don't look at the hole. You just put a kind of cloth. You cut a hole, so you only see the fire only. Okay. So that's easiest way to do. Okay. A casina. A casina means wind casina. So it's very easy. The wind comes in through the windows or opening in the hole in the wall. So you're thinking A and A. So actually wind casino is a little bit difficult to do. First, you cannot see the wind. And like the earth casino, water casino, fire casino, we can see. But it's difficult to see the air or wind casino because how can you see? You only can feel when the wind touching your body. You can feel it. So how do you concentrate? So the only way, like just now you said, you concentrate it. So your mind thinking it or wind, wind. So by recite it again. So you are forcing your mind to kind of like focus on it. All right. So that's how, according to this page 297 in the handbook of Abhidhamma. So this is how we practice kasina. But for further information, please read the Visuddhimagga or you can listen to the recording I did in the past. All right. So any question about this?
Sayaji. Yes, this is Shinling. Just now you mentioned that for water casino, if you
Yes.
use a vessel, it depends
Mm.
on the color of the vessel, and then you see the color of the water differently. Isn't it the
Okay.
same if you use lake for water casino?
Okay.
Because basically,
Yeah.
the lake would also have reflection of the sky, the color of the sky, right?
Yeah, right. But the difference is when you see the lake, your mind naturally will contemplate the water more because lake is something more natural, right? Compared to a vessel. Vessel, it might be very small because you cannot, like lake, it can be like 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer big, or maybe can be 30 meter. But your vessel you have in front of you, it will be very small. Okay. So you don't get the sense of water so much. Can you follow me? But of course, when you develop the water kasiṇa, you don't focus on the color. Because this is not color kasiṇa. You need to focus on the water. And it will be very helpful if you just kind of like mental recitation. Water, 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 water. You have to recite again and again for you to just focus on the water. And of course, when the wind blows, the water might a little bit movement and so on. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Do I answer your question? All right.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
so you try one day, you go to lake, look at the lake, like what I told you my experience just now. When you go to like a tall building, you look at the lake down there, it might be, the best is the lake is in oval shape or round shape. Okay, then you can get water kasiṇa. Because sometimes when things are more natural, then the mind will be naturally drawn to it rather than these artificial things like vessel. All these are very artificial. Like even like fire kasina, it's very easy. You know, when you burn the fire, you can see it very. If the fire is very intensive, you really can see the fire strongly. All right. Okay. Now after that, you need to do how many colors? All right. Blue, yellow, red, white. All right. So basically, how to get this color is very easy. Just you have a piece of cloth, you cut it blue. Okay, find a yellow cloth, find a red cloth or white cloth. Or according to Wisimaga, you find the colors of like blue flower, like bunga terang. Okay, then you find it's blue color, you arrange it so it's blue color. Or find the yellow flower, you arrange it so it will be whole yellow color. Okay, so let's see internet. Maybe blue kasiṇa. Yeah, okay. This is the only blue. So far, the colors is here. Okay, so basically you cut a piece of cloth, which is I think easier to find. Just make it a round circle. So your mind is supposed to look at it again and contemplate blue and blue and blue, 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 blue. Or you can find other colors also. Some people like blue. Okay. Some people like yellow color. Some people prefer red color. Some people prefer white color. Okay. So choose the color you like. Okay. Choose the color you like. For me, I feel that I never like red color. The moment I see red, my eyes, my mind turn away from it. I don't like it. I also don't like yellow color. It's too shiny. All right. I don't like white because white is it's not easy to maintain because when we are very young in Malaysia, all the school children have to wear white shoes, right? So because when I and my twin sister we go to school, we went to school, we had to travel half an hour, sometimes more than that. And then under the sun, under the raining. So when our white stockings, white shoes always become black color. So we had to spend lots of effort try to make our shoes white. So I don't like white color. So to me, blue color is nice. It's easy to maintain and easy to see and it's very cooling, very soothing to the mind. So choose the color you like, all right? So and make it round circle and then you just contemplate it. So make a circle like this and then just contemplate blue, 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 blue. All right. Okay. Okay, you can go online also for more information. Okay. So that's how we contemplate it. And how should we make the blue? Is it big or small? Sometimes also later in the Abhidhamma book also tell you, should you make it very big or make it small? If too small like this, your mind will get stressed out because you have to focus one point. If too big also not good because your mind will be wandering. All right. So no. Right. Now First, you need to have prepared this. This means a kasiṇas, right? Or prescribed size and color. Blue, yellow, red, and white. But the problem is the Pali word nila, right? Sometimes nila, normally we translate as blue. Like we say, for example, we have the sometimes in Burmese, this nila is translated as brown. Because there's a lotus, we call it blue lotus. Sometimes the hay in the sutta we call it nila, but the hay cannot be blue. So hay is black and brown. So anyway, nila can be blue or brown. All right. So you just mentally concentrate on it and you repeat the name. All right. So blue, 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 yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay. So you can paint a circle or you prepare a flower. Okay. So like bunga telang, the flower, you just arrange it. And so color kasiṇas actually is also something that you can do. But to me, I think it's a bit difficult because we have to prepare the ingredients, find a piece of cloth or find many colors. So to me, yellow, I would say the earth kasiṇas will be easier. So we just find the earth only. Okay. Anyway, I will arrange the text later. So just copy and paste first. All right. So that's how we should do. All right. So we will have 5 minutes break. Then we continue. All right. So stop for a while.